Friends and family members were being laid off, your neighbors were defaulting, and Americans were drowning in debt. And when our government wasn't bailing out the banks, they were in Vegas partying. The Obama administration's GSA, the General Services Administration, which nobody even knows what they do, spent almost $1 million for a weekend conference on the Strip. While you were at work, government bureaucrats were spending your tax dollars popping champagne, dancing with chain-smoking clowns, true story, and enjoying Napa Valley cab and a bubble bath in a room with a view. The government spent almost $1 million on a Vegas pool party during the Great Recession. Have they learned anything? It doesn't look like it. After fire raged through Maui, Hawaii, leaving 115 dead, 850 Americans missing, hundreds of which are kids, for what's the deadliest wildfire in U.S. history in over a century, the government is once again disrespecting us. According to a report and photos obtained by the Daily Mail, FEMA, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, the team that's supposed to be digging through the ashes and delivering aid, has turned the tragedy into a junket. FEMA booked themselves into 5-star luxury Hawaiian resorts, relaxing at the cocktail bar, knocking back drinks, 45 minutes away from Lahaina, the city consumed by an inferno. They're shacking up at the Maui Four Seasons, beachfront of course. Rooms there are $1,000 a night. The presidential suite goes for $29,000 a night. We sure hope they're not staying there. Hopefully FEMA officials aren't getting spot treatments like the $225 one at the Lomi Mohala Massage. We pray they're not poolside sipping Laurent Perrier champagne. Since there's nothing to celebrate, the Mai Tai at the Maui Four Seasons is $32, gratuity not included. Now, we have boots on the ground there on the island. Spies tell us that they may have seen a FEMA foursome enjoying 18 holes in the Robert Trent Jones II design course overlooking the Pacific. It's not just the Four Seasons. FEMA agents are also posting up at the Fairmont Kea Lani in Maui, where rooms range there from $1,300 to $4,500 a night. Scuba, surf, and paddle lessons are not complimentary. Neither are the sunset Pilates classes. Do you have to stay limber to hold the leash of your cadaver dog? I don't know. FEMA agents are also crashing at the Grand Wailea Astoria, 5 stars of course, where hula, ukulele, and snorkel lessons set you back. But the Mohalu Healing Garden and Beauty Lab, oh, it's a must. Are these the hotels Biden's FEMA officials should be staying in, gallivanting around in, and drinking in, as search and rescue operations are underway with 500 kids still missing? Now, FEMA has confirmed that they're staying at these hotels, but they won't tell us how much they're paying. They mumbled something about a government rate, and they appeared vague and defensive. Biden's giving Maui fire victims $700, while his FEMA officials sleep at luxury resorts that cost more than that per night. Were these the only hotels that were available? I mean, we understand it's a small island and it's chaotic, but the 5-star resorts 45 minutes away weren't the only options. FEMA officials could stay at the Days Inn, where you could get an oceanfront view for $250 a night. We confirmed it. Rooms are still available there. Days Inn isn't a bad spot. It doesn't have the aromatherapy sessions that the Four Seasons offered, but logistically and financially, it seems to make sense. If FEMA wanted to respect the American taxpayer as well as the Hawaiian people, Expedia shows plenty of Airbnbs for less than $200 a night. Now, when did FEMA develop this taste for the finer things in life? Because FEMA's administrator, Deanne Criswell, is complaining that they don't have enough money.
We're watching our disaster relief fund very closely. Our estimates do still stay that we may have a depletion of our fund now. I mean, this is a day-by-day monitoring of the situation. We will start to move some of our recovery projects and delay them until the next fiscal year.
Whoa! FEMA has a $25 billion budget. Now, Deanne, who gets paid $180,000 a year, is saying FEMA's close to running out of funds, and they'll have to delay operations if Congress doesn't immediately send them billions of dollars. Now, if I were Diane and I was trying to cut costs so that I wouldn't have to delay emergency operations, I might not have hundreds of my employees staying at $1,300 a night luxury hotels overlooking a city burnt to the ground with toddlers unaccounted for. This entire tragedy was preventable, and now the government's using it as an excuse to dine out in style. The corrupt Hawaiian Electric Company neglected to clear the highly flammable grass underneath their downed power lines. Emergency crews refused to set off the emergency sirens because they thought the sirens would confuse people. And then the water commissioner wouldn't share the water with the fire company because water equity means indigenous plants get the water, not fighting fires. This colossal cluster of incompetence, of ridiculous ideology and disrespect is now coupled with an embarrassing federal response that make freeloaders look prudent. These people may have lost everything,